everyone, we're back again sa ating weekly mentoring, and today I would like to discuss to you the need to dismiss. Yes, you see, yung common word na dismiss ay naririnig natin sa ating mga teachers nung tayo yung mga nag-aaral pa. At the end of a lesson period, our teacher would say, class dismissed. Ibig sabihin, we are free to go. And then naririnig din natin itong word na dismissed sa isang kaso, no? Sa isang korte, when the judge chooses to dismiss a certain case. So, dismiss means not only to let go, but to leave, iiwan, decline, release, and send away. You see, our world is full of distractions at kinakailangan sa ating buhay na i-dismiss natin yung mga distractions na ito so that we can concentrate on the important things of this life. So, bigyan muna natin ng simple definition of yung distraction. So, distraction is something that turns our attention away from something we want to concentrate on or we want to focus on. You see, this is exactly what Satan wants for us believers. He loves to distract us. He doesn't care what is that something na nagpapadistract sa atin. He just wants us to turn our attention away from the things of God, things that are important. Did you know that Jesus himself had to dismiss the crowds for private prayer? Alam ng Panginoon na mas mahalaga na makipagniig siya sa Diyos Ama sa pamagitan ng prayer. That's why He dismissed the crowds. It is written in Matthew chapter 14 verse 23, and I'll be reading in the Amplified Version. After he had dismissed the crowds, he went up on the mountain by himself to pray. When it was evening, he was there alone. So here, Jesus, after performing an astonishing miracle, he immediately sent the crowds of people away. And then he ordered his disciples away by boat because he was so eager to have that quality time alone with God in prayer. So if Jesus wanted time alone with his Father in prayer, how much more tayo po? Siya, anak na siya ng Diyos, pero kailangan pa niyang i-dismiss yung crowds for him to concentrate, to focus on what is important. So likewise in our lives, we need to dismiss all distractions. In order to stay focused, we need to dismiss these distractions in our lives. Because distractions happen in real life. Sa school, sa ating trabaho, sa ministry, all the time. There are many distractions. And distractions can be external, such as noise, mga tao, mga kaibigan. Nandyan ngayon na uso ang social media, mga telephones, mga iPhones, mga panoorin sa television, mga games, etc. And there are also distractions na internal, such as fatigue, yung mga stress about the future, stress about work, about how to accumulate things in life, yung mga possession, even yung regret in the past. There are also distraction of old habits, yung mga tinatawag na repeatedly na kasalanan. So, dito po sa Bible, may nakasulat sa Hebrews 12:1-2, as the author, encourage the New Testament believers, because the New Testament believers at that time were beginning to lose the vision of God's glory. They had begun to fall back to the old ways. That's why he encouraged them to dismiss all the distractions. I will be reading it sa Amplified Version. Therefore, since we are surrounded by so great a cloud of witnesses who by faith have testified to the truth of God's absolute faithfulness, stripping off every unnecessary weight and the sin which so easily and cleverly entangles us, let us run with endurance and active persistence the race that is set before us, looking away from all that will distract us and focusing our eyes on Jesus, who is the author and perfecter of faith, the first incentive of our belief, and the one who brings our faith to maturity, who for the joy of accomplishing the goal set before him endured the cross, disregarding the shame, and sat down at the right hand of the throne of God, revealing his deity, his authority, and the completion of his work. That's why, friends, mga kapatiran, mga kapamilya, we need to stay focused on the Lord Jesus Christ, who has finished the race, endured everything, but kept a pure heart. We are to keep our eyes fixed on Jesus. He is there to work in us to get rid of those distractions to our faith. And number 2, we need to focus on what is important. Yes, instead of the urgent, kailangan mag-focus po tayo sa kung ano ang mas mahalaga sa buhay na ito. At 3 ang ibibigay kong mahalaga sa buhay na ito. Letter A is our relationship to God. Everything we have in this life will fade away. Kayamanan man yan, relasyon man yan sa mga kaibigan, even our family, itong lahat ng ito ay mag-fade. Yet, one thing will not fade away is God. Sabi nga ng Matthew 24:35, heaven and earth will pass away, but my words will never pass away. So, what are we going to focus? Our relationship to God and our God-given assignment. Yes, God has given each and every one of us as assignment. Nobody was born empty. There are gifts and talents inside of us ready to be used to make God's purpose come true. Ano ba yung mga talento na ibinigay ng Panginoon? Or even yung mga resources na pinagkatiwala ng Diyos sa'yo. Kailangan gamitin yan to fulfill your God-given assignment. It can be serving, it can be teaching or mentoring others, it can be encouragement, and of course, yung ating universal na panawagan na assignment sa Panginoon is winning souls and making disciples. And letter C, we must focus on what brings eternal rewards. The Lord told us to store up treasure in heaven. It is not a mere suggestion, but a command. We are instructed by God to invest in the kingdom to come. Ang sabi nga ng salita ng Diyos in Matthew 6:19-20, don't store up treasures on earth. Moths and rust can destroy them, and thieves come, break in, and steal them. Instead, store up your treasures in heaven, where moths and rust cannot destroy them, and thieves cannot break in and steal them. So in order for us to fully experience God in this life, we need to empty ourselves. We need to get rid of all the distractions in this life. Just like what Jesus did, we need to dismiss any distractions so we can focus on what is important in this life. God bless you all. God bless you. Until next mentoring.